Well, my mom and my stepdad are actually very happy.
Yeah.
And they've been happy since I was 7 years old. It's real weird. All my damaged shit came from my real father. And all
before you were 7?
Yeah, before I was 7. That's all the damaging shit. My real father was crazy. He was like a psychotic person.
Really?
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of my mother.
Like he would be the type to come home
He beat
like,
the fuck out of my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, he beat my cousin up. He picked my cousin up by his hair, dude.
Drunk and doing it?
No. My cousin had done something. He had hurt somebody. He was playing hard and hurt somebody. And he was a bigger kid. He was like 16.
Yeah.
And my dad picked him up by his fucking hair. I'll never forget. Threw him in. He was a big guy. Big, scary, crazy cop from New Jersey. Oh. Yeah. So that was all my shit from when I was like real young. I got to see worst case scenario. Someone who just can't keep it together, smacks women, beats the shit out of kids, beats the shit out of them. So I got to see that really early. But then my stepdad's a hippie. My stepdad was a computer programmer, and he was an architect. He went to school for architecture after he stopped doing computer programming. That's why we lived in San Francisco.
But that's weird type shit that can affect you too.
Well,
not in a negative way, but it's like your dad's a weirdo hippie, like Tebow was raised by lesbians and all that. Like
people would make fun of me when I went to school because my dad had long hair.
Really?
My stepdad, his hair would go down to his ass, and I still wasn't accepting him as a father because I was a little snot because I was 7 years old, and my dad was my real dad, and my real dad was this badass guy, and
you were an asshole because you didn't know any better.
And I was a stupid kid because my father like wanted me to be like him, so he would do shit like one time I had a fight with my cousin because I liked Godzilla, he liked King Kong, one of those fucking things.
I guess vice versa. About it instead of going like great.
I guess I liked King Kong and he liked Godzilla, and he wouldn't stop saying that Godzilla would fuck King Kong up, so it turned into a fight somehow or another. And, kids are retarded. Fuck you with your King Kong.
I guess we'll have to
next
have
thing we were
over this.
So, it got broken up by someone's mom, and then my dad pulled me aside and just pulled me in a room, shut the door. I'll never forget this because I was 5 years old, and and there's very few things that I remember about him, but this is one of them. I remember what the dresser looked like. I remember what the sheets looked like on the bed, and he goes, "What happened?" And I said, you could not lie to him. There was no lies.
Just so you know, this sounds like the beginning of a rape story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be.
Okay.
It's
so I don't know where you're going with it. But
mind rape. What happened? And I said, me and Mikey got in a fight. What happened? I go, we were talking about King Kong versus Godzilla, and I liked one and he liked the other, and we got in a fight. You didn't cry, did you? I go, no, I didn't cry. He goes, don't ever cry.
Ooh.
And that was it. And he patted me on the head and he walked out of the room. He didn't give a fuck that I was in a fight. He just wanted to make sure there was no crying bitches in the street.
Gosh.
Yeah, it was intense.
Not great advice for a 5-year-old.
I was punching everybody after that. I was like, all right, you're getting punched. Talk some shit. I'm punching you.
Cry.
I got the green light. To punch kids as long as I didn't cry. It was so stupid. It was like the worst way of raising a child ever, especially boys. The worst thing you can ever do to boys is encourage them to hit things. Oh my God, it's the worst thing you can ever do. My friend has a boy, and it's really fascinating to watch this little guy grow up. And he's like 2 now, and his personality is fucking hilarious because he's like a little badass, and he hits things and pushes things around, and like it's naturally in him. You can see it. He picks sticks up and whacks them on things. Like that's what he wants to do.
How old is he?
He's 2. He's fucking 2, man.
It's a violent breed.
Yeah, and when he gets older, if that kid had a dad like my dad, who is like, this is how you fucking hold your hands up. If somebody gives you any shit, you hit them with the jab first. That way they don't see the right hand coming. I was like 4. He was teaching me how to fuck people up.
This is the advice I got.
Crazy.
Just if you ignore bullies, they'll go away.
Oh, no. My dad wanted me. He was a karate guy, so he wanted me to enroll in karate too when I got older. But there was no karate classes for 4-year-olds. So I had to wait it out, and he would show me some shit.
There should not be any karate classes for 4-year-olds.
Or I'd watch him beat up on dude. I would watch him beat guys up at this bar. He owned a bar, and I was 5, and I got to hang out at the bar when I was 5. When I was 5, I would sit there, and I would put money in the jukebox. They would let me put money in the jukebox, and every now and then I'd watch him beat the fuck out of somebody.
That is so bad.
I was 5. Those are all my memories of my father.
My God.
So I go from that to this other dude who's like super nice, and he smokes pot, and he's really smart. He's a mathematical genius. He's a computer programmer, and he decides that computer programming is not artistically satisfying, so he wants to go to school, and he takes my mom and he marries her, and we move across the country, and all of a sudden I have this new dad, and it's like this hippie guy. And, and he was only 24 years old.
Oh. Yeah.
So, my mom was like 30. Not even. No, my mom wasn't even 30. I was 7, so my mom was, Yeah, she was like 27 or something like that, or 28, because
Wow.
she had me when she was like 20, 21. So everybody was very young, and no one knew what the fuck was going on. And then all of a sudden, I'm living with this hippie guy in San Francisco around a bunch of gay people. It's when I went from...
And how old were you then? Right,
7.
right then? Okay.
7. So I went from living around these Italian, New Jersey psychopaths to all of a sudden I'm in San Francisco, and it's all like peace and love. It's the 70s, man. It's the 70s. Everybody
Did you
had
get into
long
fights
hair.
in San Francisco?
Not really, man. No,
It didn't like carry over at all?
No. I was pretty humbled and really shy, real nervous. I didn't have a father anymore all of a sudden, and he wasn't contacting me anymore.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I'm like out here going, what the fuck is life? What am I doing? I was very insecure. And that's when I really got into drawing. From like 7 until till high school, till my high school art teacher was a douchebag and killed my dreams. Yeah. But up until then, from 7 on, I was just doing art constantly drawing. That was like my outlet.